Today's lesson, we're going to look at the number lines that you have on this paper, here and here, and we're also going to be using the first page of your 1,000 chart that's in your notebook. I think it's on page 15. I don't have the notebook with me here, so I made another copy. And we're going to start looking at halfway points on number lines, and also how to make a number line and make sure that we're all remembering exactly how to do that. And there's a couple of things to keep in mind. So if you look at these number lines here at the top of this page, it says mark the halfway number with an X. And we're going to get to that when we look at some more rounding. But today I just want you to notice on here that all of these number lines start at the number 0. And then they move across at different widths. See, the spaces are different. So this one starts at 0 and goes to 10. It's a pretty common number line that you're probably familiar with. This one starts at 0 and goes to 20. That is also something you should be pretty familiar with at this point through kindergarten, first grade, and second grade. The next one is 0 to 50. Now something changes here. These have all counted by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're counting, adding 1. It's a skip hop. Here, there's the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're not skipping any numbers. They're just hopping, and they're counting by ones. They're adding 1 each time. This one changes. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. All the little numbers in between are not listed. So this is skipping by 5s. You have to know that the numbers that aren't written are still there. You just don't see them. It's too much. It would be too crowded if we tried to write them all in. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Those 1, 2, 3, 4, they're still there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and so on. Look at the next one, number 4. 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Skipping again, but this time not skipping 5s, skipping 10s. 0 to 10, plus 10, 20, plus 10, 30, plus 10, 40. It's pattern. This one is adding 5 to each number. This one's adding 10. Now look at this last one. 0, 100, 200, 300. Skipping again, but a much larger number. We could probably put in 1, 2, 3, and 4 and make this number line work. We could probably get all the numbers in there. I don't think we're going to be able to write everything here from 1 through 10, and I know I can't get all the numbers between 0 and 100 on this line. But by skipping that much, and I know all those numbers are there, I can have a much greater number at the other end of my number line. This one only goes till 10. This one to 20, this one to 50, this one to 100, and this one to 1,000. So I can have a relatively small number line in length from here to here, but I can go to a much bigger number. Yep, I can go to 10, but I can also go to 1,000 just by skipping a larger number. So we're going to practice writing some number lines, and we're going to use this first page to help us. So we're going to look at the 0 to 100, and on this one we have not marked the halfway point. It's always good to get your bearings with the halfway point, especially when you're making a number line, because you want to know what's in the middle. So from 0 to 10, half of 10 is 5. Excuse me again. And then halfway from 11 to 20 is 15, 25, 35. 45, 55, 65, 75, 85, 95. Halfway to each side. Okay, now we have 0 to 10. Let's start with that one. Let's do that one first down here. And you can look right up above here, or you can look at your chart in your notebook. They're both there. So where are we going to start on this number line? We are going to start at 0. 0's not on here, is it? It comes before 1. And we are going to go to 10. So we're going to end at 10. Now, what is halfway? What is the middle? What is halfway between 0 and 10? 5. Now you know what all these lines are, don't you? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now let's try another one. Let's jump down. Let's do something a little bit bigger. How many do we have? We have 3. We have 3 on there. You know what? Yeah, let's just go, how about we go in the middle? Let's do 50 to 60. How's that sound? Okay. Now, I'm going to end at 60. Am I going to have 0 right here? I want 50. I only have 10 lines, and I want to count by ones. That's what I want to practice doing today, is just counting by ones. The bigger skip hopping we're going to do on some other ones. Let's just count by ones. So what is halfway between 50 and 60? Well, there's only 10 from 50 to 60. 60 take away 50 is 10. So I know that the difference here is 10. And what's half of 10? Half of 10 is 5. But it's not 5 like this 5. It's 5 between 50 and 60. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55. 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and 60 over here on the end. Now this number line did not start at 0, did it? Nope. So it doesn't have to start at 0. So you've got to pay close attention to where it's starting. Now we kept these as nice friendly numbers, 0 to 10, 50 to 60. What if we don't have a friendly number? What if I wanted to start with, I'm going to go 75. Where would I end up? Well, how many hops was this again? And I'm only going by ones. I'm not doing any skipping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What is 75 plus 10? 85. So what's halfway between 75 and 85? Is that something I'm going to find on here? Well, here's 75 and here's 85. It doesn't line up nicely like it did before. Let's do some counting. 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. The difference from 75 to 85 was 10. Half of 10 is 5. 75 plus 5 is 80. Now how can we use this to do some addition and some subtraction? Let's look at some simple ones. And the phone rings. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's say we wanted to do 3 plus 4. Start at 3. And we're going to add 4. So if we want to add, we're going to move in this direction. We're going to move to the right on the number line. The numbers are getting bigger. We're adding to it 3. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here's our 3 plus, there's our 4. And our answer, 7. I know this is very basic. These are very simple numbers. I like to do these things with simple numbers just to kind of refresh your memory. And if I use simple numbers, it makes it easier for you to see. That way, if I go to big numbers, you'll trust the process. Now, what if I wanted to subtract? If I want to subtract, I need to move in the other direction, don't I? Because I am reducing my number. I'm taking some away. So if I'm subtracting, I'm moving this way on the number line. Let's do an example. Let's start with 9, and let's take away 7. How's that? And yes, you could be writing this all on your paper. I'm sorry, I think I forgot to say that. We're going to use this as some notes to do some things, so this will be fine. So I'm starting at 9. And now I'm going to take away 7, so I'm going this direction. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I land right here. So all of those 7 hops, that's all right here. That's my takeaway 7. And I landed on 2. 9, take away 7, I land on 2. Now I'm pretty sure that you don't need a number line to figure out 3 plus 4 and 9 take away 7. Again, I just like to use simple numbers so that you can see the process. And you don't have to worry about doing the math so much. So now what if we move down here? We look at some bigger numbers. So if I threw out there real quick, I said 53 plus 5. It'll probably stop you. If I said 3 plus 5, you'd probably be pretty quick to say 8. But if I say 53 plus 5, it might throw you a little bit because that's not one of those numbers that you're used to adding. 53 plus 5. So we know I'm going to go in this direction because I'm adding. I know that 3 plus 5 is 8. And I'm working in my 50s. So I should land on 58. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. By the same token, the subtraction works the same way. What if we did 56, take away 5? We did plus 5, let's take away 5. Okay, well, you know what 6 take away 5 is. 6 take away 5 is 1. And I'm not going to be leaving my 50s. I'm staying in my 50s. I should land on 51. So here's 56. So remember when I added, I went in this direction. But now I'm going to subtract and go in the other direction. So 56, take away 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take away 5. And I'm going in that direction. And sure enough, I landed on 51. What if something happens and I go off the number line? See these arrows? I mean, I could extend it if I had to. Sorry. So what if I had, let's say 83 plus 5. Let's just say, I'll say 5 again. I know I have to go in this direction. And here's 83. Just back the paper up a little bit. 83. And I'm going to go that way. But I have to go 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have those numbers on my number line. Can I just extend my number line? Yes. 85, 86, 87, 88. And if you look back at this, 3 plus 5, you know is 8. And you're working into your 80s. There's your 88 right there. It's a nice thing about these number lines. You might start off somewhere, but you can always extend them and make them more into what you need. Same thing with subtraction. If I did 78, take away 6. Well, 8 take away 6 is 2. We're in our 70s. We should land at 72, but like 72 is not on there. So let's try it just for practice. Here's 78. We're going to take away 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 75, 74, 73, 72. So those little, where the hops land, that's your number. Hopefully this refreshes your memory a little bit with number lines from second grade and first grade and probably even kindergarten. I'm sure you have some pretty basic number lines that you used from then. So for right now, just leave these papers intact. At some point, yes, I think we are going to cut them in half and put them into our notebooks, but we're not going to do that today. I want you just to leave it all together. And yes, have some notes all over it. And we're going to come back and we'll be using charts like this and number lines like this to help us with all kinds of math. It's not just addition and subtraction. I'm going to be taking you into multiplication and division and fractions, and understanding how this number line works and what a useful tool it can be is going to be very important. So this might have seemed very simple today, but we have to start there and then move our way forward as we get to some more difficult concepts. Okay? So leave it together and put this back into your folder and you're good to go. Good job.